You can see on the left side of your screen there the bans from match 1. Those are the 10 champions that were picked. They cannot be played in match 2, and Sion immediately banned out by KC.
So the beauty is, thanks to G2, Crownie's already banned. So for
true,
Baus, you can just focus on him and then take out 2 pillars of the LR.
Yeah, 100% right. 100% right. Rakan getting taken away from Rekkles as well. Qiyana removed from Yukino, had an absolute stormer of a year on KCorp Blue. And there's the Aatrox taken out. We haven't seen Zehen yet. I really wanted to see Zehen in game 1. I understand why G2 didn't pick it with their 5 AD carry. It's a bit harder to do it. I mean, he's an AA AD carry, right?
Still, like, I think, respecting the tell as well, like, his Aatrox very much one of his most played, so you can kind of see, like, Ratones wanting to at least set up Baus, I assume, for something a little funky with the Aatrox ban, but we'll have to see if the last ban is also going to be focused top lane. No, going to be Caliste, Draven taken away. Yeah,
we've seen Draven taken away from Heartsummer and Caliste so far. They are both very good Draven players, not really too surprising. Where are you going, KC? What spice have you made for us to chuck on the Christmas turkey? That's not spicy at all, Kamiloo.
What are you doing with your Christmas turkey that you're putting spice on it?
What? Herbs and spices.
Oh, I thought you meant like chili. And I was
I mean, you could also put chili on turkey if you want.
Sure, all right.
Yeah?
Whatever happens in your house, yeah?
I mean, just be inventive, man. You got to go with the flow, you know? But Orianna, not too spicy at all.
Yeah.
She's as plain as they come, and it looks like LoLEsports are going to go on a similar boat. Jarvan, Tristana, like, very strong AD carry, very strong jungler. Fits into Crownie and Velja's wheelhouse really well.
This is feeling very Worlds-esque. I'm not going to lie. Jarvan, the high priority on Wukong, the Orianna. This would be sick, but I know Kamiloo likes to hover the Echo when we see him in LEC as well.
Yeah, okay.
So
this
I
is
think it's more about...
guys.
Yeah, this is way too serious.
Maybe the gameplay will be, like, really fun.
Okay.
Well, because, like, serious... Obviously, if the teams want to try hard, they are well within their right to do so.
Yes.
We will mock them for it, though.
Could be an angle, though, for Nemesis to go for the Anivia, if you want to see it.
True.
At least then it'll be a little bit funky, you know.
Is that really funky? We saw it at Worlds.
I know.
Yeah, Faker played it. It's no longer funky.
Yeah. I mean, Caps brought it out. It's going to be the Azir, which is even worse. That's what I was hoping for Anivia. I just wanted something, man. I was really hoping for it.
You asked for a bird, and we got that one.
Yeah.
Both of them do start with A, so maybe he just misclicked.
Yeah.
Quick chrono break, guys. Go back to having fun.
We started talking about turkeys, and this is what we got. We did it to ourselves, man.
That's why the Rakan got banned as well. Just get rid of all the Messiah. So, where are we looking? Well, 80 carry bans from LoLEsports doesn't really surprise me too much. We are falling down that pool a little bit, although Munch did do some research. I think there are 23 different 80 carries in League of Legends, so even getting rid of 6 of them doesn't really change too much. That does include things like Kindred. But it's technically.
But that's what I'm kind of like at this stage. Like, okay, what do you actually pick into Tristana? Because she's incredibly strong in lane.
Yeah.
Misfortune is gone, Ashe is gone, Varus is gone. Things that kind of can do well in that laning phase. So there's not a huge amount left. Like, even if you want to try and go for something funky like a Vayne, like Tristana just ends up outranging you and you have a miserable time as well. So
you could look for something like Caitlyn Karma and just go for push.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to outpush her. You've already got backline threat with the Wukong.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. I'm very much aligned with you as you see the Nautilus getting banned away from Prime. KC with their final ban, still looking towards that top side. Got rid of the Galio, the Sion, the Volibear. Can get rid of a Jax here if you really want to. Try and keep Baus a little bit under wraps.
Yeah, I mean, there is like...
Oh, Bard instead, okay.
So, I mean, I think you can still potentially play something like the Irelia if you want to for Baus in that top lane.
You're being, man, like, both these teams, these are normal drafts. You can't keep going for, like, the fun picks.
Well, it's more like, what do you have as an answer into the Ambessa, right?
Yeah.
And you can't, like, the Jax does work, but honestly, I do think the Irelia does work as well, because you can kind of beat her in the early stages of the lane.
Sure.
So, maybe. But, that's actually,
Okay.
That'd be a funky one.
Gonna have the Cantankerous Cavalier make his way onto the stage. Baus brings out something a little bit higher on the Scoville scale than we have seen so far in this draft. KC, I mean, Caitlyn Karma makes a huge amount of sense here. You know, if I'm seeing it, they should. Yeah, I like Lucian Braum.
If you actually want to try and go for a bit of like disengage, especially for the the Jarvan as he goes in.
Cog Lucian is something Cog Braum is something we saw G2 do a lot in 2024. and it can work as well, but it looks like it's going to be Lucian Braum, so trying to absorb the initial engage and then maybe Lucian Rell.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, it's a similar idea, right? You absorb the jump in and then you just re-engage on your opponents. Also gives you a bit of a wombo combo with the Wukong, Cyclone and Magnet Storm, Shockwave there, and there's the Braum from Los Ratones.
Yeah, that was my worry, was if you don't take the Braum yourself, you end up giving that Braum across, and he's very strong with, you know, answering for that Wukong engage or the follow-up from the Ambessa. But either way, I mean, KC, like we saw this countless times at Worlds, right? This is a bit of an Exodia combo when you look towards the Wombo styles. So again, just look for that all in, see what you can make it work.
Okay, I have to mentally reset.
Yeah.
We were gifted in game 1 a wonderful present.
Yeah.
In game 2, the draft, 2 pieces of coal. But with coal, you can make fire.
Okay.
And so hopefully things will heat up as we get into the game, right? So we just need that spark to bring things to life. And perhaps it's Baus.
I watch
KCorp
Kled too as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You put out some new videos again. I haven't seen them yet.
They're really good.
Are they really good?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's a great lad.
Oh, he is. Really is. Anyway, hopefully we can fan the flames of not only this game, but this rivalry, as we saw KC and Los Ratones take each other on at EMEA Masters Summer, where it was KC who came out on top. Only one of this roster, though, that still remains for them. Is it 1 or 2?
I'll let you.
Only one of them, yeah. It's just Yukino, who stayed here in Europe to remain on KC Blue for next year. And we'll jump onto Summoner's Rift. I'm having a quick look at the runes and the masteries. Nothing too surprising for me as we get ready for the game.
I can tell we're in different brains, because you looked at the runes and masteries. I looked at the skins to see who's running the Christmas skins again. But actually, the good news is, this is the one super serious game we could potentially get of the day, because now the champions are gone.
True.
So,
no,
are they doing us the same?
Kasante still exists, Ornn still exists.
Yeah, but Ornn Jungle.
I mean, Ornn Jungle would be interesting.
You know,
Fizz Jungle is something we've seen as well. We have a pause, guys. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Stevie is laughing a lot at us right now, because he's like, you just want to get into the game.
Yeah.
And we're here looking at a sepia screen. It's not even the wonderful white of the Winter Wonderland that is the snowy Summoner's Rift. We have a player audio issue that will be sorted in a second. Yeah, nothing too surprising across here. But yeah, don't curse us with the this is the one serious game we can get today.
I'm touching wood. The desk is wood.
Because I can find at least 40 more champions that would be counted as serious. You know?
Yeah, but maybe that's the second game then. Then we get 2.
Yeah, because the next game is G2 versus KC.
Yeah, I feel like that's...
And the winner of that gets to play against T1.
Which is where I thought we'd see this kind of draft. Like, that's what I expected in that one. Not
KC could be trying to get rid of some of G2's best picks.
Yeah, but the Warwick is still up and available, and you know, Pantheon's available, and so there's still a lot.
Syndra, LeBlanc for Caps.
Yeah.
I wonder what the player audio issue is.
They can hear us talking absolute
Hey guys, the caster sounded annoyed at our draft. Can we mute them, please? Okay, we're back into the game, and even the level 1 here is just Prime looking for Nemesis. You guys will see it in a second. He didn't land the crash down, and so Nemesis was able to walk his way out. A normal line of scrimmage. Rekkles going back has the oracles. I think he put down a ward early doors. Yeah, you can see down in that bot lane middle bush, Rekkles put his ward, now gets the oracles. KC might look for a little bit of an invade. A command attack spots out Baus, and the ward goes down, and Velja, even with the martial cadence, will be able to clear that one out in time.
Yeah, still going to get some information as to exactly where it's starting, and I mean, this was basically what we saw at Worlds, right? Is this kind of split map on both junglers, you full clear your whole way through, and then it sets you up for looking for things like Dragon when it spawns at 5 minutes, for moving around for Void Grub, so it looks like we're going to have a very standard opening, but Baus even getting a sneaky ward in there just to spot out exactly what side of the map KC are starting on.
Nice little ward. No, you're not going to lose any XP or gold here. I'm wondering how effectively the Kled will be able to trade into this Ambessa, because Ambessa with a Repudiate does get herself a little bit of shield, can also dash away from the Kled's range, but he does have the Joust to follow her up and can pull her back with that Bear Trap on her roof.
Yeah, the thing is, it's about trading hyper aggressively, this like level 1, level 2, because you've got that remount, essentially what Kled can do is you trade hyper aggressive on the first wave, push Ambessa out, you have the Bear Trap on a rope, but you hold until the last second to extend to the trade even further, and then because you've got the shotgun, you can remount and make it basically the lane unplayable. So It looks at the moment though like Boss isn't playing hyper aggressive on it, and Tao even hitting the level 2 first. So Boss not getting exactly what he would like to the early stage.
Yeah, almost dismounting there. Skarl about to run his way away from the fight. Velja is going to pull the Razor Beaks around the corner here, but it will be easy enough for KC to track what he's doing. Pretty sure they know that he started on this top side. Will pass down towards bot. Nemesis looking at that shield. Just wants to farm up the wave. Doesn't really have the clear that the Orianna has early on because of that clockwork wind-up. The passive from Ori giving you successively more damage per auto attack on a target. I think up to 3 stacks just means you can push the wave a little bit quicker.
Do you think that because Cage's now bot, he feels he has to be an intellectual, and that's why Aloha are playing this style of composition?
It's Yamato's the coach. Actually, that might be
both,
it.
Yeah, they both had to do it.
It might be the fact that this is Yamato's first game with the team, and he's like, hey guys, you don't get to pick what we draft.
Because
I pick what we... Yeah. This is him making a statement
that
Lost Ratones are now a super serial team. Baus even has a health potion.
Yeah. Is this a new era?
Maybe. Oh, Nemesis is almost dead. Kamiloo could have just flashed for that. Decides against it. I guess Velja is near enough that could have been a little bit risky at flash auto, you know?
I mean, when you do then hit 6, you are very vulnerable as the Orianna in the mid lane, so maybe a little bit more worried about like what happens post level 6. But also, how annoyed are you as Odo Omne that you step back as being one of the coaches, and that's when Boss finally buys a health potion.
That's so true. So true. Both the junglers will just get a little bit of vision in the enemy sides. Looks like Velja might go down towards this bottom side. It's just a ward on the Krugs. Wants to get the reset off, has done that full first clear. Bounce remounting as Tao is getting the push here on the top side. TP coming out from Kamiloo as he goes back towards the mid lane. Does have a 10 CS lead there over Nemesis on the Azir.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic stuff in the early stages, and this is probably just going to be the way it continues for a little bit. You've got very strong lanes essentially across the board, especially with Tao. Honestly, I'm playing the early levels well on this Ambessa. And then you're looking towards 45 seconds until Dragon. Opportunity for Yukino if he wants to try and move in towards that objective. Because this is kind of where we see the reason junglers keep going for these full clears in the early stages is it sets you up very effectively for these neutral objectives. Because you full clear now, you can go reset and then come back out of the map for Dragon. But we'll have to see if that is going to be the full focus here from KC. Or if they want to just try and keep clearing towards that level 6 and try and look for some of those later on objectives when they get access to the ultimates.
And you can see Braum using the fact that he has a little bit of time on his reset to go towards the mid lane, but Lost Ratones put a couple of good wards down. One near the Razor Beaks, one near the Krugs. Velja did his due diligence and keeps Nemesis safe from an oncoming Rell gank. Now has to path down towards bot again. Yukino not going for the oracles on his first back, keeping that extra ward means that he's not going to be able to clear out that vision in his jungle, which means Lost Ratones actually have perfect information, really, of where Yukino is. Even without seeing him on the map, they just know. Well, he can't be on the bot side. He's just finished clearing all of those camps, so he must be up towards the top side of the map. Yeah,
which is why we're seeing Velja now starting to move in. Could look for a potential gank, although you can look at where Kamiloo is on the mini-map. He was kind of hovering towards that top side, and Velja spotted out of the ward there as well. More than likely going to finish his own camps, and then just look to match on towards his top side clear. The push is there for Crownie and Rekkles on this bottom side, if he wants to go for Dragon, but there's no real pressure at any point quite yet.
And both the AD carries going for the cull as well. Want to get that first item as quickly as possible, get that gold stacking up. I have to remember, like, Rekkles and Crownie played together a huge amount over this year, and you look at the other side, and like Caliste and Prime haven't had that same luxury. Bot lane, like the 2v2 especially, is so much about understanding exactly when your AD carry as a support wants to fight, wants to play, and you can get some of it from the hypothetical, from the theory of the lane, but sometimes as well, like, different AD carries will want to go in on a slightly different timer.
You just read it. The situation slightly different, or how you want to play it is slightly different based on, honestly, how good you can pilot the champion to a certain extent as well.
Oh, good. Double crash down here as Crownie has to leap away. Yukino coming in from the side as Velja had started up that dragon, but is now forced away from it. We saw the heal coming out from Rekkles. Heal and flash used from Prime, though.
You do have to be a little careful here, because if you look at Yukino's items, he's actually got that Coffin's Warmer completed, so I'd be a little... Phage completed, so I'd be a little bit nervous about trying to go for a full match. That's why he just went for the reset, now finished the tunnel to match the better reset that Yukino had.
Baus on this Kled. He kind of has death protection under the tower because of Skarl.
Oh.
No?
It's just stuck.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when you go and you're like a child and you're playing at like a football match or rugby match and you're just standing there underneath your mother's like at her leg just like I'm nervous, I don't want to go out there. I'm not ready to play the game.
Could also just be really tired. Maybe need some caffeine, something that will bolster its energy, you know, in the lane. You got any ideas of what you could?
No.
It would be bullish to give that minion a drink right now.
Yeah, Tao kind of seeing red there as well as he went for the public execution on towards Baus, forced the flash as he was not having Skarl as that luxury.
Yeah, Baus gonna grow some wings and fly back towards the tower. Back towards the base, sorry. So he retreats. A slight gold lead for KC in this early game. Only about 400 or so. Most of that coming from mid. Kamiloo has had a really good time after pushing Nemesis out of lane early in the game. This is a trend in Lost Ratones game. 4-5k behind at the 25-minute mark and then team fight your way back towards victory. It is a tried and true way of playing the game for them. However, there's always an argument that against higher tier competition, it can struggle a little bit. Competition that's slightly better at ending the game.
Yeah, understanding like how to use those resources that they've been pushed through. And honestly, KC are doing a decent job here, right? So especially like Yukino's played this really well. Covered Dragon on the bottom side of the map, uses then his player to move back up and towards his top side, is going to get access to all three of the Void Grubs. Then you're going to try and match with a Dragon on this bottom side, but KC starting to rotate in towards mid to match the rotation from Lost Ratones as they put their AD carry in the mid lane as well.
I don't think if you're KC you really mind this trade, right? You're already getting pushed in the mid lane. You're getting pushed in top side. 3 grubs just allows you to take those plates a little bit quicker. You've got 5 minutes left with those plates on the map. So this trade very much is about trying to get that extra bit of gold before the next dragon, right? Before that next breakpoint. You know that you're giving up a little bit of late game tempo if we do get to the soul point. But right now, being in this sort of position, you're very happy taking the 3 grubs to a dragon.
Yeah, I think you're going to be very, very happy with the way this thing's going. And at least for KC, again, you're kind of looking at these ultimates that are now open available, the ability to play for some of these big team fights. And with Infernal Dragon being the next one, I think that is going to be the focus to try and make these things happen. So for Lost Ratones, I think it is going to be a case of, okay, how do we try and now put some resources in towards our key carries, like Crownie and Rekkles, incredibly strong on this bottom side of the map, if you can use Velja to set up for them. So I think that's where if I was Velja, try and put some pressure to play around this thing.
Baus here. Public execution available for Tao, but Baus remounts so quickly using the Tiamat auto reset alongside the violent tendencies, the Kled W, just allowing him to get back on Scar really quickly. You can see Prime in the area as well. Look, I will say, we are 10 minutes into the game. It is 0-0. My mind harkens back to Wembley. 11 years ago, Roccat versus Gambit, where a man in the crowd shouted something. It was in England. It was when the EU LCS went on its roadshows.
And it's safe for him.
I'm not going to say it, but my mind harkens back. It is a well-known quote about fighting, and I kind of want the teams to do it.
just poking them with the stick. Just do the thing, please.
Please, just do the thing. Do something. Come on.
Yeah, I will say, like, I didn't prep for this, like, Worlds to be like, oh, I've got, like, 3 years backstory on each of these different players and, like, their props.
Also, it's not the series for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can give you narrative about Rekkles. We can go through the trials and tribulations. We can talk about how it all started with success and all collapsed with top esports. But this is not the place for that. This is a place for fighting. Please. Okay, they're not going to because compositionally it doesn't make sense for them to right now, but hopefully eventually.
We can bribe the stage manager to go down and like start hitting flash keys and stuff. Like, is that an option?
If you haven't done 1,000 damage to your lane opponent in the last couple of minutes, your flash gets automatically burnt.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair and valid.
And then we can start burning like TPs back to the lane so you don't have that opportunity either. Like, start selling items, because then you can stop the full fighting, or stop the full scaling and just go for these fights. Like, we got options as Kamiloo. That's not where you want to be, lad.
Yeah, Kamiloo getting caught out. There's the Emperor's Divide going down. Shockwave lands, but he doesn't really have an escape. Lost Ratones on the board first. 12 minutes into the game.
First blood for the Rats at this Red Bull League of its own. And a good setup. I mean, Velja holding space now bottom side, just waiting for the overextension. And a Yukino, knowing there's so many people on the bottom side, could look to dive boss. but it's a Kled. And like, as you were saying, once you've got Tiamat, it's very easy to get the remount. There's 5 auto attacks, one of them being a Tiamat, and a full shotgun blast to remount. And Kamiloo clears the wave, thinks he's safe, sees Rekkles, and thinks that he can try and make the play happen, but the cavalry arrives. And it's not a good time for Kamiloo.
Yeah, a really good collapse from Lost Ratones, but super greedy from Kamiloo to step up like that. The wave wasn't there. He had no vision in the bot side bushes. And what are you actually going to do to Rekkles in that situation? He puts up the Unbreakable and you chip him for a couple of 100 damage, right? Rest of the team wasn't in position to collapse, but even though Lost Ratones did get the first kill of the game, KC have extended their gold lead by about another 400. Caliste, 600 gold. Oh, never mind. Crownie just popped in his cull. So now the gold goes back down. So the gold lead that KC had extended was because Caliste finished his cull first.
Yeah.
That was it. I probably should have looked at the scoreboard first.
They are now getting a lot of turret plates on this bottom side. So at least getting a little bit more gold into the key carries as well for KC. Not the worst place to be. Well, 45 seconds until Infernal. I swear this has to be the time.
No, it's
this is the one where it has to be. Please.
You remind me of an English fan whenever it comes to an international sports event. Look, guys, it's not coming home. You can pray as much as you want. You can talk about 50 years of hurt. You can sing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot as many times as you want. You're losing the Ashes. You're not winning the World Cup. And I'm one of those guys. I'm there. I'm in the same boat as you right now. I want action, but I don't think either of the teams have to commit for it. Like, if Lost Ratones pull the trigger and go for the Drake, maybe KC will want to fight it, but it's still only the second of the game. Someone gets chunked out first.
You know, first the worst, second the best.
Oh, yeah, okay. The one with the hairy chest, was it? Was that
yeah,
the
I don't know what dragon specifically would have the hairiest chest, but we'll wait and see whatever comes in third.
Good point, good point. I feel like mountain dragon.
I feel like this is how scientific research works.
Hey, look, no fight. Oh, Kamiloo looking the shot when Magnuson comes in. There's the culling. Living up to his name as Velja falls first. Emperor's Divide keep Nemesis and Rekkles safe, and they will back away. We even it out at 1-1. And that's enough, guys.
The handshake. There's like, look, we got to even it out.
We got 7 more minutes till the next kill. 21 minutes on the dot. That's when it's going to happen.
I mean, nice engage though from Braum, honestly. Like, good setup, and Lost Ratones just a bit late to the party. You can kind of see KC knew exactly where they wanted to be and how they wanted to set up. And with the Wukong, Orianna just picking up that Luden's Echo as well, that potency of this combo was already alive.
Very true. Let's have another look at it. I think the shockwave comes in first, and then it's followed up. Oh no, Magnuson into it. There's the shockwave to pull him back.
Yeah, and again, pulling over the top from Caliste is really well played. I'm shocked, to be honest, that Rekkles managed to get away from this, but good ultimate from Nemesis to split KC and buy space for his support.
Yeah, Sam beside me does a lot of work on Braum in those sorts of situations, especially if your teammate has a way to extend the gap between you and your opponents. Rift Herald is up. KC currently in the driver's seat, but we said it a little bit earlier. Like, Lost Ratones, they thrive in this sort of situation. Like, this is not a bad position for them as a team. Although Baus looking for some big proxies. Okay. Yukino is right here, Baus. Where are we going? Round the corner, round the bend, perhaps, as Baus is about to be dismounted from Skull, who'll run to the nearest bush. He flashes away, but Caliste is there. He charges straight into the wall, and Baus will fall. Caliste gets him. The next kill a lot quicker as Tau has to flash away on the bottom side. Lost Ratones looking to collapse, knowing that KC were taking their time taking down Baus.
No public execution for Tau. This is a little risky staying under the tower.
Goes and clears out the minion wave. Redemption comes out, but they just don't have the damage yet. It's only a Nash's Cataclysm used as well in the end. Lost Ratones will take him out. It's a lot longer than they would have liked. And while this is happening, you've got a wave pushing in topside for Kamiloo. A Rift Herald begun by Yukino. And the mid lane pushed in by Caliste. TP comes back as KC. I mean, they might look for the fight here.
Baldril saying hello in the corner. As a good TP. Again, like so.
I thought you were talking about Orianna for a second there.
I mean, which one reflects more light? We will never know.
That's his strategy. When they play against T1, he's just going to get the glare from the lights into Faker's eyes, you know? Distract him a little bit.
Still though, KC, this is kind of props to them. They're playing this out well. They get topside play, get that objective. Although they end up losing Tau, who I think was trying to play for Prime, moving into that bottom side to help him cover. Unfortunately, a little bit late on that one. But still, they end up getting the TP from Kamiloo to make sure they don't lose the tower. And I think you're, with a 1k gold lead, or well, just shy of a 1k gold lead, we're in an okay spot.
And what Lost Ratones have done well is get this Azir back into the game, though. He was struggling in the laning phase and now picked up both of the kills for the team. Has the Nashes, and it looks like it's going to be a Rabadon's Rush straight after that for that extra AP. This Azir will be doing a lot of work in the fights because there's no true tank as well on the side of KC. You just have Prime, who has to build Redemption because apparently all supports, even if they're tanks, have to build Redemption first now.
It is fair. I mean, it is the contract you signed when you started to play support in 2025. Or at least at the end of the second half.
Which is worse, having to rush Redemption or having to get Heart of Gold, Philo Stone, and just wards? Because sometimes I yearn for the stone, you know?
Sometimes you just like the simplicity, right?
Exactly.
It's an easier life. You don't have to think about what's best in the situation. It's a pink one.
The only decision you really had to make was when do I get oracles? Because if I die with it, it's gone.
Exactly.
So it's like, when can I buy this on Sona, you know?
Yeah.
Kamiloo?
Or Annie support.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good old days when she had that extended attack range.
Yeah.
A bit of a catch here from KC as they gate Lost Ratones away from getting back towards the mid lane, but with that mid lane tower already down, KC in the driver's seat, forcing our Lost Ratones out from that jungle. It's a small lead. It's you know, enough of a chunk of change. Most of it sitting on Caliste, who is building up towards, seems to be an Infinity Edge second on this Lucian after that Essence Reaver. Baus having to pocket pistol his way away from Tau, but will build up that Rage Bar pretty quickly. Why are you giggling at pocket pistol? It's the name of the ability, Rob.
Ah, okay, makes sense then, yeah. As Tau going to spin his way through that wave as I swiftly move onwards, and KC swiftly move towards the top side. Actually, I wasn't sure how aggressive Lost Ratones wanted to move on to this bottom half of the map, but looks like with Kamiloo having flash, they're not entirely convinced they can go for a play with Dragon up.
So what are you doing? Are you gonna try and take the fight? Lost Ratones setting in as 3. You can try to come in from the side as well. Prime looking for it, flashed away from Crownie. Shadowing Strike was about to find the stun. At the moment, a 5v4 in Lost Ratones' favor, but Tau's on his way across on that Ambessa. Baus having to jump away. Scuttlecraft going over to Lost Ratones. The Magnet Storm onto 2. Bottom against the follow-up. The Womboist of combos, the Cyclone on Velja blows him away as KC take the fight 3-0.
That was clean from KC. The immediate jump onto the Azir. Doesn't even get a half a second to use that Emperor's Divide. And KC starting to run away with this.
Yeah, that was pretty devastating. A 3,000 gold lead now as well for them. They get their second Drake. They'll get a tower on the bot side just to extend that lead. And Yukino finding the backline alongside Prime with that engage. Perfectly played by them.
Really well executed. And it's, again, because you've got those free void grubs, you're very capable of pushing advantages when you get fights like this. And you see there, flash in, immediately followed up with both the Wukong, the public execution, the pulling across the top, and even the interrupt. So well orchestrated by Yukino there on the flag and drag.
Yeah, Prime playing for his life in this game. The combination between him and Kamiloo and him and Yukino have been perfection. 4K now the lead, and we have said a couple of times, you know, 5K down at 25 minutes is Lost Ratones' comfort zone, but things do get uncomfortable when you get towards positions like this. Baus the only one with the lead on the team right now.
It's also when you're just playing against a competition that KC has, it's very easy to execute. Like, you see it there, right? You flash in, you have a ton of people that can actually set up your engagement off of the top, jungle, and support. Great and easy follow-up with Kamiloo. It is not an easy time for Lost Ratones to just snap engage and find these picks, unless KC overextend.
Which is the press R composition, right? Find one person, they die immediately, and then you can follow up with the Cyclone, with the Shockwave. Tau sitting at 2 items, Spear and Eclipse complete on him. Shadow Flame and Ludens finished on Kamiloo. Caliste on his way across it, does have the Infinity Edge. Public execution going down onto Baus, who does still hold on to his flash. There's a culling, he'll use it to dash away. Now dismounted, and Caliste comes in for a bit more of a chase. Redemption not in time when it comes out, but isn't enough healing. The Cyclone used on Nemesis as well. The Emperor's Divide not enough to keep him safe. Velja now needs to get out, has to flash, but Yukino will chase him down. A counter redemption won't be enough for the auto. On his way, the red buff, I think, actually from Yukino secures the kill, and across the map, Lost Ratones are being taken out.
The fact you're losing on both sides of the map is a disaster for Lost Ratones, and KC now are opening the base, starting Rakan, pushing mid, and just doing everything he could possibly want, although Tao might need to dip from here.
He has the flash, he'll jump onto Crownie, flashes the wall. Crownie, good, using the explosive shot there to get the jump back in, gets the shutdown. Meanwhile, on the top side, Yukino has started up the Rakan. TP coming out from Nemesis. It's actually Baus who's going in with the TP alongside Nemesis. The two-man squad gonna charge towards the Rakan. They don't have a smite though, and Yukino does, but it's Kamiloo who secures it. Baus now having to dash his way away, will be dismounted. Ratones looking to try and take the fight around that objective, but couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, you're looking for a miracle there for Ratones, but just couldn't quite find it. And it's just a nice play by KC. So, actually, the engage started by Nemesis, thinking we've got Velja on the side, we can look for this. But Yukino in a much stronger position. And again, these interrupts going so well for KC when it comes towards what Velja wants to try and achieve in these fights.
Good use of the decoy as well from Yukino to get the double decimating smash from that Wukong. He's on fine form. KC Blue very happy to have kept him for 2026. A 5,000 gold lead now for KC as they head their way up towards this top side. Nemesis perhaps a little bit overextended. Yukino looking for that flank position. Prime's on his way. Does not quite have the flash. The Emperor's divide out. He takes that. It's a big ultimate used as Caliste is jumped on by Baus, but can dash across the wall. The relentless pursuit, Yukino caught out with a Glacial Fish, but another ultimate invested by Ratones. Velja looking for that Cataclysm. Tao's going to TP in. The Cyclone once again to stop Velja finding the engage. Perfectly played by Yukino, and it will mean 2 more kills over to the boys in blue.
Yeah, I mean, the overcommitment there from Ratones.
Oh, Prime, the Magnet Storm! A public execution of monstrous proportions for KC. They find 2 more, only Crownie remains standing. And KC have ripped the game away from Ratones.
Public execution, a fitting name for what KC are doing right now. Ratones aren't standing a chance in this. Every single time they've been picked off. And it's just good patience from KC on the play. They don't overextend with the ultimates. And go watch here, right? As you end up getting Rekkles' ult invested, you already had Nemesis' ult invested, and then Ratones kind of looking like, oh well, now that we have this sunk cost fallacy, we want to keep overextending, but Yukino interrupts the engage from Velja, gets over the wall with the clones to set up then onto the balls, and even here, Prime, great positioning on the Rell, sneaking in behind as Ratones think maybe we can hold on to this top tower, but there was just never a chance.
There's not much you can do as soon as you're starting to have to retreat, to be on the back foot against a composition like this that does have the follow-up engage. You can see Yukino having the time of his life here on the stage. Another Drake over to them, sole point now for KC. There's a Baron available if they want to just rush for it. No TP on Baus right now. 3 items for Caliste and Kamiloo, who has the Medjais with 10 stacks to his name.
Yeah, the murder book looking pretty good for KC right now. As they just start up, and Prime is in a, well, prime position, no pun intended. Exhaust, Ignite, an opportunity to look for the engage, Baus. Just barely able to dash away from that.
Yeah, Crownie forced low as well with the shockwave coming out from Kamiloo, so he's going to have to retreat because of that. Tao and Yukino think, well, we can just start up the Baron once again. Velja looking for that flank position, doesn't have vision in the pit right now. Long-range ward coming out from KC. Prime's going to try and keep that jungler at bay. Rekkles on his way, puts the ward down, but unless Velja can get close enough to the pit, the steal is pretty minuscule as a possibility. Velja is nearby. They dive onto Baus with the Cyclone. They lock him up and Skull runs for the hills. Baus should have done the same. A public execution in with the Glacial Fish stopping Tao in his tracks. He'll be taken down. Yukino still sitting on the Baron, but they don't really have the protection for him to do this now. They're going to tank it. The Magnet Storm in. Rekkles falling low. They dive onto Velja. Yukino unstoppable, but it's a 1-for-1. Both supports traded. Velja needs to try and get back in, but it's already smited. KC take the Baron. A flash away from Kamiloo. The Emperor's divide doesn't find him. Kamiloo survives. Caliste able to dash away.
Oh my god!
How? How did you survive that? Kamiloo and Caliste walk away wounded, but once again, KC win the fight.
Kamiloo hidden over the wall, able to take down Nemesis, who looked like he was ready to completely kill the backline of KC. But it's still KC who get the objective, who get the kills, and are now 10k in the lead.
Have another look at this, because you can see KC trying with all their might to keep Velja away from this thing. Baus going in perhaps a little bit early, gets chunked out first.
And it's here where you get the perfect execution of the Waffle Tail, which was definitely a little bit too far. I think he was hoping that Caliste with the culling would do a little bit more work. But as Ratones start to step up, and time again over the wall, where's Kamiloo with the extra damage coming through from KC, they're able to sort Velja or push Velja away. And as Baron is slain, it's a good call from Nemesis. Okay, let's try and make the play happen. Get the shove over the wall onto Caliste. But the flash away, Kamiloo now hiding and has the ball in the perfect position. They can set up the play.
I actually think there's a buster shot from Crownie onto Caliste that just knocks him out of range. You can see Kamiloo having a whale of a time. As Tau caught out a little bit here, Cataclysm has to flash out a bit. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Caliste and Yukino just pushing in for the inhibitor. Ratones trying to defend with the charge. Yukino able to back away for now. Rekkles going in, looking for those concussive blows. The Baus dives a little bit too greedily, a little bit too deep. A TP behind him as Baus will fall first, and now KC are on the march.
And there go, the
perfect execution hits onto Nemesis. Emperor's Divide out from him to try and protect, but he can't get back to the rest of his team easily. The first Nexus Tower down, the shockwave does fall short of catching onto Velja. Tau keeping Nemesis at bay. Caliste trying to take down the second Nexus Tower as Tau is clipped with the Winter's Bite. But that second Nexus Tower is going to fall as the Unbreakable unable to stop it. Meanwhile, the dive in from Velja, he just dies immediately, as does Rekkles. Ratones routed by KC as they clean up Crownie in the fountain. KC take it with an 11k lead.
Message received from KC.